Alright, it has been a while since I made a video. Reason it's been so long is because the market has been pretty slow for, the past month. It's been my slowest month last month in October, where I cleared a little over 15K, and then this month I'm virtually break even. I might be up maybe like a grand overall in November. And it's not a fault of mine, it's just my go-to patterns just haven't been there as much. And when they have been there, they haven't been working as well as they used to. And this just comes down to the cyclical nature of markets and the cyclical nature of patterns. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, keep focusing on my process, and eventually these plays will come back. They'll come back stronger, get more volume. And just over the past month, I want to talk about the plays that have been working and then the plays that have not been working. So, one of the main plays that has been working pretty well for me is the listed first green day, where this was the end of last month. I played it on this day, IINN. We had a huge run, a red day in between, then a nice big spike, which was the listed first green day. I got a great average in the 380s and sold up into the fives. We had Bimmy do the same thing. We go out to the daily, we get that big run, first red day, and then had that listed first green day. Same thing that IINN had. We also saw it on PPSI. Now, I tried to play it on this day on the 10th, but the real day to play it was the 11th, although I ignored it because I thought it gapped up a little too much. But if we go into it, even though I was wrong on this day, I ended up making a little bit of a profit because I was able to get in at 685, and then I thought it was a little weak up in here. This was the red to green area, so I just took it off for a game, which is nice. And then the next day it had the big run. So yeah, listed first green day. Play that I've definitely been focusing on. Have there been that many? No, not really. But they've been working pretty well. Bounce plays have been working pretty well. Um, just to go over today what I've been noticing, DPLS had a nice first green day. It's an OTC stock. It had a former run, nice long-term base, nice first green day. I've been watching this one for a while, and I noticed it after it spiked up here and started holding this higher low area. So today I actually got a really good entry, 0.0956 right in the morning in here. I held it all day at about 30,000 shares, added about 20K here on the 11 break, and sold some here and then sold the rest right into here on the bounce, closed up at the high, so maybe it keeps going. Definitely good to identify what's working. These first green days have been working. Here, OZSC is getting a little momentum maybe from DPLS. HYSR is a little interesting, spiking with the higher lows. So I'm starting to look at these former runner OTC charts that are getting volume. Maybe they'll keep going for another run. We'll see about that. So we also saw actually one more first green day was right here on 11.5 on AABB after the big run. And we keep seeing this trend. A nice bounce off the lows after a long base, holds higher lows and then continues. Maybe AABB holds up and continues later down the line, but as of right now, AABB, DPLS, we're just seeing these higher low former runner charts starting to perk up a little bit. Now, despite these good plays and me doing decent on them, I've also had some downfalls this month. One specifically was CAR. So this just started off the month terribly. It was a big short squeeze where I was trying to short the front side, and I was short in here, here, up here, and I mistimed it, panicked out. I ended up losing about 3.2K on the short, and then like another 2K being long this play. So what happens when I have such an outlier loss like this, I never want it to happen again. So what I said was I'm completely done shorting front side parabolic moves into halt action. I'm cutting it out. There's no point of me doing it anymore, so I'm done. Just showing you how, one play could potentially blow people up. Luckily, I wasn't sized nearly enough, but a lot of people lost a lot of money on this day. So instead of trying it again in the future, I'm just done with it. It's not worth my time. It will take about, now it takes about 5 wins to make back that one loss. It's just not worth my time. Luckily, I did already make it back, but still, it just wasn't worth it. When it deviates from my pattern and my process and ends up with a huge, huge loss, I'm just done with it. And if any of you have problems with big losses, especially on plays that don't exactly fit your process, my best advice, just cut them out. Just ignore them, because everything's about the long run. In the long run, they will not help. They will only hurt you. So some other mistakes recently has been these OTC breakouts, ILUS. You see the breakout was here at 0.48, and we're just trying to break out every day here, and it's just failing. I tried to play it 1, 2, 3 days, 4 days. I played it today, and it just keeps failing. So when a play keeps failing like this, and it cannot break out, it spikes, it looks like it's going to break out, and then it fails. I call that the identity of this play. So the identity of ILUS is that it is a failed breakout name. So that means I won't play this until its identity changes and it proves to me that it could keep running. What that means is it's going to have to break over 50 cents and hold 50 cents and show me that and prove to me that it could hold these higher levels. So clearly I could see these multi-day breakouts, especially on a play with some identity issues of breaking out like ILUS, definitely something to ignore. AABB was trying to break out in here too and just had hard stuff. So the breakout charts, I'm pulling back a little bit on them. I'm not as aggressive, but I'm still watching. But really, I just wanted to go over how I was doing and just kind of get back into making some videos, because not only hopefully they help someone out there, but they really helped me a lot. Going back and watching these videos really shows how I've grown as a trader, shows where I do well, where I fall short. And I'm going to start doing these again, hopefully at least once a week, just to reflect on. But other than that, I want to just reiterate the list of first green day has been a great play for me. I'm looking at maybe NUZE tomorrow. Ideally, if it ran over 8 on this day, it would have been better, but a huge run, nice volume. Came down 2 red days. Maybe it has a bounce day tomorrow. I'll be looking for a great risk-reward pattern recently, so got to go for it. Maybe DPLS we get some continuation, OZSE, but other than that, really my pure pattern is NUZ. We'll see how that goes tomorrow. And yeah, that's about it.